Hey everybody. So I'm experimenting with video logging. I don't really know uh, if what I want to talk about is anything that any of you are interested in, but I figured I would give it a try. So I just wanted to kind of start by talking about like all the things that I've been kind of like waking up to over the past couple years. Just because I have a lot that I want to talk about, and I think that it would be good to have some sort of knowledge of like where I'm coming from. So I would say like a couple of years ago, I started to really like become aware of myself, and I would say maybe like 3 years ago or so, I realized some things like that you're able to like choose what you want in life. You're able to like choose your path, and you are as powerful as you allow yourself to be. Also, I realized that when you are in your present moment, when you turn off your mind person and you allow yourself to just be present, you have all the answers that you need. And that's been like a really huge thing. There's some specific teachers that, or spiritual teachers that I really gravitate towards. My favorite is Ram Dass, and he studied with the guru named Karoli Baba in India in the 60s and 70s, and then came back to the United States, and he's been just kind of like teaching ever since. I also really like Eckhart Tolle. He has a book that really changed my life called The Power of Now. And also, I really enjoy Alan Watts. Alan Watts is really funny. He has a book called The Book that I really enjoyed as well. And listening to like their lectures and their podcasts and just experiencing these things for myself in real life, I've kind of just like really grown into myself and came to realize all the things that I do affect my world around me. So I choose my life with my actions and my words, and what I give is what I get. And so I've just been really trying to live that, and every day I have new lessons to be learned. And especially lately, I've been practicing a lot of self-care, which has been just insanely cool, because you can spend your time doing anything. You can spend your time doing anything. And I've been doing a lot more for myself, and that's huge, because like the best thing that you can invest in is yourself, because you're gonna have you for the rest of your life. Like friends come and go, boyfriends, girlfriends, they come and go, but I mean, like, the best person you can invest in is yourself, because when you're happy, you radiate that happiness into the world, and you get that back. Like, the more that you try to fight your true self and the answers that you already know, the harder it is for you. And I'm learning that really life is all about learning how to let go, how to surrender, how to just allow nature to run its course in the way that it does. And we have this idea of like what we think our lives need to be, because based on like what other people's lives are, but nobody else knows what our life needs to be better than we do. And when you realize that, when you learn how to listen, when you learn how to Pay attention to the signs, pay attention to your body, pay attention to your habits. You learn the areas that, like, when you're having a hard time, when you're having health problems, when you are like having a lot of anxiety, like that's just your body, your life, your like universe's way telling you that like you're not surrendering to something. And what's been just extremely powerful for me in that sense, like I've struggled with anxiety in the past. I've struggled with, just, allowing people to treat me certain ways, and not spending enough time on myself, and, being irritable and eating unhealthy and not exercising, and just like all these like things in your life that just don't do you any good. I'm learning that like you can change them, but they're there for a reason, to teach you some sort of lesson. And the longer you take to learn that, the longer it's going to be there, So honestly, like the best advice that I can give you is like, don't ask other people for advice unless you like really trust that what they're saying is coming from a place of selflessness, because really, like the problems that you have, you need to work out on your own. Like they are there for you to learn, and you don't learn them until you look inward and you take active steps to solve them, and like going to like a psychologist, like they can offer you like and educate you about like the way like the mind works, and the way that you can like what works for like other people. And yes, like sometimes that advice like helps, but like what really matters is like the time that you take to get to know yourself, and get to know like what throws you out of balance, what makes you a better person, like what makes your heart beat, and what makes you thrive as a person, and like those are the things that you should be doing. For me lately, that's been learning about yoga, but not just like the exercise that most people think yoga is. Yoga means union, or to unite like mind, body, and soul. So it's about like the practice of balancing all three. And I'm learning a lot about Ayurveda, which is very cool. It's all about like the elements and how we're made up of all the elements, but we have a different body type, and everybody's body type is different, and everybody heals in different ways, so it's all about like finding what's specific to you. And that's so special, because everybody's different. Like you can't go off of somebody else's experience, because everybody's life is just so different. Everybody's gonna experience things differently. And I don't know, I especially wanted to bring up Nalu. I know a lot of you have been kind of hearing me talk about Nalu, and it's really just changed my life. And I've floated about 5 times now, and every experience for me is different, and I don't want to get too much into my experiences, because I don't want to set any of you up for expectations. When you get into the float tank, everybody's experience is different, and the more that you surrender, the more that you let go, like the deeper you go. And that's the advice I can give you. But what floating has taught me so far is to look inward. I'm learning how to cope with just all the negative things in my life. And when something is wrong, I'm so much less likely to go look for the answer outside of myself, and I'm so much more likely to look inward. And to me, that's been just so valuable. And I just noticed like my life is so much more balanced. I'm not like spiraling out of control. I'm not having meltdowns. Like the last time I spent all day in bed was like, months ago. And I'm just obviously life has its ups and downs, and there will always be those times where we're struggling, but it's really like, how well do you know yourself? How well can you jump back out of those icky times and really like thrive as a human being and do all the things that you want to accomplish in life? Because really, like, what's more important than being playful and being happy? Because really, we're just on this like giant rock in this vast universe, and it's reflected inward. And I'm gonna get really philosophical here, but I really believe that like we are full of infinite universes inside our body. Like each cell, like it keeps getting smaller and smaller, and each tiny molecule has its own like universe inside of it, and that's a whole nother story all on its own. But like those are the types of philosophies that have helped me to realize that like life doesn't have to be so serious, and you don't have to be anywhere. Like you don't have to do anything. But you do live the life that you create. So I mean, like, if you want to have like a relatively, easy and joyful life, you have to set that up for yourself. Like, there is a way to do it, and you have the power to do it, but you just have to get over being fearful of leaving behind your old habits that make you feel comfortable, because they hold you back. And I really think that that's what life is all about, is teaching us to let go, because inevitably we all die, right? So it's important to remember that, like, nothing is permanent, and what really matters is our connections with people and community, and being the light for other people. Because once you come to know yourself, once you love yourself, you realize that there's just like an infinite amount of like love to be had. Like, happiness is everywhere, and all you have to do is reach out and grab it. Like, it's not something that has to be like worked towards, or I mean, yeah, you need to work towards happiness because it's a practice, but it's not like something you have to search for. It's already inside of you. You just have to practice it. You choose your thoughts. So if you're having negative thoughts, like, don't hang on to those. Let those go. Realize that you don't want that for your life anymore. And I could probably talk all day about this stuff, but I just really wanted to give you guys the basis of what I'm kind of learning and embodying lately. And I really hope that you guys like these videos, because I think I'm going to do it more often, especially about Nalu. I've been having a lot of cool ideas. I need to run past John and Sophia first, but I think that it would be really great to have Nalu be a community space for everybody to come and have it be welcoming for all religions and all ages and all just walks of life, because it really is an intimate space, and all about like self-growth. And I know that like the election and all these like things that are happening in the world have been really stressing people out, but I just want to remind you all that it starts here. Like, you really have to work on yourself before you can like help anybody else, or even have like an idea of what you want to see in the world, I guess. And you have to be that before you can start to see that change around you. And I think that the change that we want to see in the world is going to start in each individual, and that's what Nalu has been for me. And I'm excited to see you all. I hope you all visit me there. But also, I'm going to be offering Thai body work and potentially working with kids in the near future. So yeah, like, don't be a stranger. I want to be involved. I want to talk with all of you. I want to be you know, and in the community, and a cool person for all of you. So I'm gonna stop talking now, but I hope you guys liked my video, and have a great life. Namaste.